Hi folks, it's Friday again. It's amazing how fast these Fridays are coming around. Now I'm doing something that terrifies the life out of me. Today, talking about feelings. Today's video is about feelings, the good, the bad and the ugly. Because I've had a few different conversations this week in very different contexts with different people about this idea of feelings being good or bad, and that idea that if we feel bad then we need to hide it, like don't let anybody know that you're feeling that way because that's bad, you shouldn't be feeling that way, or to try and change it or bury it somehow, override it or reason with it and try and kind of explain it away. Or we might distract ourselves from it to keep really busy so that we don't have to acknowledge how we're feeling. And linking in with last week's video, I actually got to thinking when I was doing my life chart on Monday with the Goodness Collective, one of the times in that period of my life where I felt most alive were when I was feeling really intense feelings and a mix of feelings too. So not just the really fun feelings to have, but a mix of kind of heartbreak, sadness, loss, joy, bittersweet, excitement, anticipation, like a whole range of things. And I think that's something that can get lost if we start to think of some feelings as being good and welcome and some feelings as being bad and unwelcome. Probably one of the most valuable lessons that I've learned as a therapist, if not the most valuable lesson that I've learned as a therapist, it certainly changed my life, is that we can be friends with all of our emotions, that they can be our allies, that emotions contain a whole wealth of information that we can lean into and wisdom that we can receive if we're able to make some space for them and learn from them. So I wanted to share an exercise, probably one of my favorite exercises that I do as a therapist, that just helps us begin to experience our emotions differently. The invitation is to try this now as you watch the video, or save it and come back to it at a time when you're feeling something quite strongly and you don't know what to do with it. And again, you can do this no matter how you're feeling. You don't have to be feeling really intensely happy or really intensely sad or bad. You can do this anytime, just to tap into how you're feeling, what's going on, and see if there's anything that you can learn from your emotions. So when I do this exercise in a therapy setting, I invite my client to close their eyes or to just let their eyes kind of drift out of focus, maybe focusing on one spot and letting them kind of, just blur out. So if you want to get comfortable and either close your eyes or allow your eyes to just blur out of focus, and take a couple of breaths. Let's take a couple of breaths to start with. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, try and breathe right down into your belly. And as you exhale, see if you can breathe all of the way out. Just notice the sounds around you. The sounds up close, maybe the sound of your breathing, maybe sounds coming from another room or from outside. Just following the path of your breath in through your nose, into your throat, your chest, your belly, and then exhaling. Notice your belly deflate, your chest deflate. Notice where you feel that exhale most, maybe on the top of your lip as you breathe out through your nose, or maybe the warmth of your breath in your throat as you exhale. And now we're just going to really focus on the inside world. So see if you can notice what you're feeling right now. What emotions are here? And see if you can silently just name them to yourself. It can help to say, I'm noticing a feeling of sadness, or I'm having a feeling of excitement, or I'm noticing boredom, I'm noticing anxiety. So just first of all, focusing on naming whatever's here. When you've started to notice how you're feeling, see if you can notice where in your body that feeling lives. Where is it most noticeable? If you had to draw a line around it, where would that line go? So now we've located that feeling, I'm going to invite you to imagine if you could just really gently take that feeling in your hands and hold it out in front of you. And really curiously, let's just start to see what we can notice about it. Maybe start by noticing what shape it is. Is it a round shape, or does it have lots of corners? Does it have a colour to it? If it does, is it just one solid colour, or are there variations in colour, shades, or different colours? If you held it up to the light, would the colour change? Is there an iridescence to it? What's the texture like? Is it rough or smooth or spiky? Or something else? And what temperature is it? Is it the same temperature all the way through? Or does it have different temperatures in different parts? How heavy is it? Is it making a sound? And as you take a closer look, is it moving around at all, or is it completely still? If it's moving, how is it moving? So just really noticing anything you can about this emotion that's here. Notice what it's like to hold it out in front of you and to take a look at it. Next, just get curious and ask if this feeling could talk. What might it be telling you? What might it say? What words of advice might it have for you? Is it telling you you need to be careful? Is it telling you you need to slow down? Is it telling you you need to be present? And at its best, what does this feeling want for you? Does it want to protect you? Does it want to motivate you into action? And just again asking, noticing, how does this feeling want to move? How does it want to move inside of you? How does it want to move through you? What does it need from you? Does it need space? Does it need to be expressed? Does it need to be released? How might it want to be expressed? Through movement or creativity? And just notice what it's like to be here with your feeling or your feelings, learning from them, holding them really gently, listening to what they have to say, understanding a bit more about why they're here, what they're trying to tell you, what they're shining a light on. And in a moment, we're going to place that feeling that we've been studying back inside where it belongs. So notice any feelings of resistance that might be showing up here, about not wanting to put that feeling back. And see if you can really tenderly place that feeling back inside your body, allowing it to be there. Maybe using your breath to create some space around it. So next time you inhale, imagine your breath just flowing around that feeling. Maybe imagine your body softening around that feeling, making space, allowing it to be there, accommodating it. And notice however big that feeling feels, you're always able to create space for it. You're always bigger than your feelings. So just taking one or two more breaths right down into your belly if you can. Imagine the space that you're creating for those feelings. Noticing any changes in those feelings since we started this activity. Recognizing what you've learned from those feelings over the last few minutes. And with those words of wisdom, the information that you've gained from your feelings, think about how you'd like to move into the next part of your day. Are there any adjustments that you want to make? Is there anything that you want to give yourself? Is there anything that you need? And whenever you're ready, just blinking your eyes open, taking in the space around you, noticing the shapes and the colours and the texture, noticing the light and the shade, noticing the weight of your body on whatever you're sitting or laying on. I'd love to hear how you found that exercise if you did it. Yeah, always happy to hear from you if you want to get in touch. I wrote a blog post called Changing Your Rules, Making Space, and that's got this activity as well as some prompts that you might find interesting if you liked this activity, or if you like the idea of learning from your emotions, and that's on my website, www.makingyourway.co.uk. Okay, I'll finish up here for today, and wish you pleasant, relaxing, joyful, fun, slow, peaceful, calm, whatever you need weekend. Bye for now.